Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. My name is Alicia and today we are finally going to be doing our budget results video for the month of March. Let's go ahead and get into it. I know last month's February results video I missed a couple of things, so I'm hoping that I don't miss anything this time around, but we're going to go ahead and just get right in. We already finished checking in for all of our weeks for the month of March, and I realized I forgot to say how much we were saving for Savopoly. So going to the back, for the month of March, in total we were able to roll $317. That was a lot that we had to save for the month of March. As you guys know, since I kept messing up at the beginning of January, whatever we roll for the month of March is what I had to take out of somewhere for the month of April. So I'll most likely be doing this in April's first week check-in as well. But now going to the rest of our pages, now let's go ahead and balance everything out. Let's go ahead and do all of our bills first. So to calculate our bills, I'm gonna zoom you guys in. I'm going to add up all of the actual amounts for all of our bills first. So that's $131.45 plus $41.32 plus $174.77, $89.99, $1.06. And the reason why it's $1.06 is because our HBO, it ended up being more. I think it was like $16.95 or something like that. So I ended up putting them missing money since our HBO wasn't fixed. So it's not supposed to change, but it ended up changing. So I had to put it somewhere so I wouldn't be short by $1.06. But in total, all of this combined is $438.59. Now let's do the variances. So we already know for gas, the estimate is definitely under. So that is $31.45 that we are over. Then we have electric. $70 minus $41.32 is $28.68. Next we have mobile. That's $5.23. That's a difference of estimated minus actual. Then for internet, we know we are over again by $9.99, and then for a holder we have a difference of $18.84. So let's add all of the variants together real quick. So luckily we're still in the positive of $11.31, and if we look at what we balanced week 4 check-in for like the month of March, basically we had $11.31 left over for bills as well, so that matches and that is perfect. That means in total for the month of March, we estimated that we would need $31.50 for bills, but luckily we are under, so we needed $38.50, $69 for bills, because $31.50 minus like the variance of $11.31, because that's what we budgeted for, equals this amount that we actually spent for all of our bills. So let me go ahead and write that in our overview as well. Bills was $31.38.69. So that looks good. Now let's go ahead and do our variance for our day-to-day expenses. For eating out, I'm going to just transfer over the amounts like we usually do. So $42 left over for eating out. We had $375 left over for groceries, $31 left over. Allowance was $78 left over. Pups and Bean was $18 left over. So that means adding all of this together, all of it together equals $544, and that of course is the same amount that we budgeted and ended with week 4 check-in. Now to talk about the variances. So for eating out, we spent $258 for this month. For groceries, we only spent $25, which is crazy. So that's kind of why I was mentioning in previous week's check-in that I was probably going to try to roll over some of these funds. I don't know how to go about it though, because I've never rolled over funds before. So we'll have to see how that goes. Then for gas, we had $69 that was spent. For allowance, we spent $22. And then last but not least, from Pups and Beans category, we spent $82 in total. So in total that we spent for the month for this categories, all these categories, is $456. This is crazy, but for sure I know that this has a lot to do with because we were on vacation, because we would have never spent just this little ever. But that is what this looks like for this March budget. Now let's do our sinking funds. So for our sinking funds, we're going to go through all the categories. We have 3 gifts and treating, so let's mark those off: 1, 2, and 3. So that is 62 plus 106 plus 31. That in total is $199 that we spent from gifts and treating category. That is a lot too. We're gonna be just have like a dollar difference. Geez, gifts and treating category is definitely a category that I feel like we always spend from. But anyway, let's do the next categories. Let's do beauty, since there's only one beauty. This was $81. Then we have, it looks like 2 households. So let's do both households. We have one household here for $8, another household for $37. So 8 plus 37 for household is a total of $45 spent for the month. Then we have one home category. This was $100 for February Saveopoly. So home, we spent $100 for the February Saveopoly. And then one of the baby categories was $139 for February Saveopoly as well. So that's one baby category. We have another baby category for $97. So $139 plus $97 plus $66. That in total is $302 that we spent from the baby category. If I knew that we were going to spend so much from baby category, I probably wouldn't have taken so much out for the February Saveopoly. But it's fine. For April sinking funds, we can just replenish it a little bit more. And then the last 2 categories is going to be for office, and that was $25 plus $150, and that is $175 in total for our office category that was spent. Now let's check those off, and now everything has a double check, so it's very easy for me to see that I didn't miss anything. Now that means all of these other categories we didn't spend anything from. So let's now do the calculations. For car insurance, $482 plus $75 equals $557 left over. And I know car insurance is coming out for the month of April, so we can definitely we're going to be able to see that that's going to go down by quite a bit. Next is sewer and water, $194 plus $75, and nothing was spent equals $269. Sewer and water will be coming out for the month of April as well. Christmas is still at $300. I think probably next quarter I'm probably going to start adding money back into Christmas again for later this year. But Pumps Medical, we had $250 plus $30 is $280. For our medical, we had $269. Baby category, $370 minus $302 is $68 left over. Car maintenance, $246. Gifts and trading, we have $1 left over. For household, $189 plus $12 minus $45 that was spent for the month is $165. Dates is still at 200. Okay, literally, I don't know what to do with this category. I feel like we never use it. 360 plus 10 minus 100 is 270 left over for home. 350 for clothing. 101 for food. Pups food left over. We had $130 left over for Pups miscellaneous. Costco is at $200. Easy Pass is still at $50, though this probably will change because we took a trip to Philadelphia. Office is $135 plus $75 minus $175 that was spent is $35 left over for office. For beauty category, 193 plus 50 minus 81 is 162. And then for unbudgeted, 97 plus 160 is $257 left in unbudgeted. This is kind of like for our unexpected or kind of unaccounted for stuff, so I don't have to dip into savings. This is kind of like our cushion in a sense. Yeah, so let's go ahead and calculate and add all of these up that was spent for the month of March. We had 302 plus 199 plus 45 plus 100 plus 175 plus 81 equals $902 that was spent for the month of March's sinking funds. Next, let's add up all of the ending amounts for the sinking funds. So that's 557 plus 269 plus 300 plus 280 plus 269 plus $68, 246 plus $1 plus 165 plus 200 plus 270 plus 350 plus 101 plus 130 plus 200 plus 50 plus 35 plus 162 plus 257 equals a remaining amount of $3,910 left over. And now just to double check, we had 3812 to start with for the month. We added $1,000 in total, and then we spent $902. That equals $3,910. So that is good. All right, so that is what we're ending the month of March with our sinking funds. Now let's also transfer these amounts to our overview. So for monthly budget, we spent a total of, this is not accurate, but 465, or not 465, 456. Yes, 456. And then for sinking funds, we spent, what was it? $902 for this month. Now, let's go ahead and continue. Now we have to transfer the amounts into our bills. So for our bills, let's do, for mobile was $474.77. So that was actually the same as last month's. Car insurance does not come out this month, but will come out in the month of April. From previous months, it looks like it should be around the 400 to 500 range. This was $786. I believe this is when we had Geico, but we changed to Progressive, I believe. So it dropped to around the 500. So let's see how it is. For gas, utilities gas, it was $131.45. Honestly, this is the most we've ever had our gas expenses since 2021, 2022. Let's see. So for water should have came out for this month. Did water not come out for the month of March? I guess not. That's really odd. Let me double check. Oh my gosh, so I actually messed up. When I checked the credit card, I confused our water bill for our gas bill. Okay, so we're gonna have to adjust this. What's the easiest way to go about this? So this is actually our water bill. This $131.45 is actually our water bill. Oh, I don't want to wipe this out. It's not gonna, okay, whatever. This is what happens when I mess up. So our gas is actually $116.57. I'm hoping that that's okay, but that's $116.57. That was our gas bill. So now we have to correct this. Our gas was $116.57. That means we were only negative by $16.57. Now, I never put in this, that sewer water came out, so now I have to put sewer water. Sewer water. This came out back in May 20th. So that's 3/20. 23, and this was 130. Well, I always round it because like for sinking funds I like whole numbers, so we'll just do 132. But we know it was for water, and it was 131.45. So now we have to calculate this as well. So now because of that, I changed the actual for gas and the variance for it. That means both of these are now different and these are not accurate. So the total now, adding up all of the actuals, is going to be $423.71. So that is now the new total for that. And then for the variance for it is actually $26.19 is the variance. So that means our total that we spent for bills is now different as well. So the total we spent for bills is actually $123.81. And now I have to change it in the overview because this is not right. This is what happens when this is a pretty bad mess up because now it's affecting all of the numbers and you guys are probably like, what the heck? I do apologize. Oh my gosh. So that was for bills, and then sinking funds, this is now different too since we have to adjust these numbers since now we spent more. At least these numbers are fine. I mean, our weekly budget, this is different, but let me put a note that we messed up and forgot water bill. So if I look at this and I'm like, why do the numbers not match? I'll remember it's because I messed up. But because of it's the end of the month already, and like I technically could adjust the sinking funds to calculate that water bill, but I'm not going to. So that's personal preference. I am just not going to. So for sewer and water, that was 132. That was 132. That was from here. So we actually spent $132. That means that this is now corrected. And all of this added together is actually $1,034. And then of course that means since we spent $132, this is now incorrect. So 194 plus 75 minus 132 is $137 left over. For sewer and water, that means this is now incorrect as well. So this amount is actually $3,077.08. That is how much we actually have left over in sinking funds. Now to correct this view again, this is not the right number. We spent from sinking funds is actually $1,034 spent from sinking funds. Okay, now to calculate this, so we calculate it in our main account, but I still have the funds for this. So now I have to transfer because our sewer and water bill comes out of our credit card. So I still have the money in here. So I need to transfer the 132 over to our primary checking real quick. Okay, so that's good. Okay, so this new amount in here is actually going to be, in this checking account currently is $4,333.35. Right, so this first number is no longer accurate. Let me actually put this one up here more. Okay, so that looks good. Now these accounts are good. Wow, this is definitely some results video. Oh my gosh. I guess that's a good thing why I have it in the back, because I probably would have never paid attention, because I was like, it skips 2 months, so this month should have came out. So I was like, why did it not come out yet? Because the last month is a month that nothing came out, which means something should have came out this month. Okay, so nothing came out for sewer, but water did, so this now looks correct. Our electric bill, $41.32. And then mortgage is the same. Mortgage did not change. So now this is accurate. Now let's talk about our results for this month. I'm going to do a green color like I usually do, just to mark like what the income was. Okay, so that is for our income for March. So income, as usually the budget is 5,200. That was what it was, 5,200. No variance. But then we have our 3 categories for our monthly budget, our bills, and our sinking funds. So for our monthly budget, we had a budget of, these were the categories, our day-to-day expenses, our monthly budget categories. We had a budget of $1,000. For bills, we had a budget of $3,150, which is our estimate. This was the total for all of our estimated variable bills and all of our fixed bills. So these numbers in total was $3,150. Then for sinking funds and ally, I didn't put and ally. Actually, I just did what I did the previous weeks. SF and ally. Let me just change this. SF plus ally, because we're calculating based off of our month's budget. So the last but not least, because of course we already calculated this section, we calculated all of our bills, is of course this section here, which is our sinking funds and ally, and the estimated for this was $1,050. So in total for monthly budget plus bills plus sinking funds and ally, this all equals to $5,200. And as you guys can see, that equals the income amount up here. Of course, this is just how I decided to fill this in. You guys definitely don't have to do it this way. You guys can do it based off of income, variable, fixed, and kind of subtract it. Like, you guys can just take this, minus this, minus this, minus this, and just make it a 0. But for me, I just like seeing this number down here, if that makes sense. But you can definitely do it where it's 52 minus the 3 expenses, and then it would just be 0 down here. But anyway, okay, so going to monthly budget, what we actually spent was $456. For bills, we spent actually $3,123.81. And then for sinking funds and ally, like, it's fixed. So that is what we spent and put into those categories. So it got divvied off over there. So that is what this looks like. Now for the difference of it, we have 456 plus 3123.81 plus 1,050. That is $4,629.81. Now for the variances. 1,000 minus the 456 equals $544 left over. Then we had bills. Bills of $3,150 minus $3,123.81 is $26.19. Then, of course, nothing for this. So that 544 plus the 2619 equals a total of $570.19 that we could be saving for this month. And then, of course, these numbers do match because 544 was our variance for that category. 2619 was our variance for our bills. So the question is, do we want to save this whole amount? Because I did want to roll over some funds for groceries. And I say I'm going to roll over $200 for groceries for the month of April. So I'm not going to calculate that 200. So that's going to be 570.19 minus 200. So I'm going to say 200 rollover. That means this is actually going to be $370.19, which is still a really good amount. So that's how much we're going to save in total for the month of March. Let's see. Are we missing anything else? Okay, so now that looks good. So now let's actually do these transfers because I didn't do this last month and then it made my week 1 for March very confusing. We're going to go ahead and balance out our second checking account. Now let's do transfers. So for our second checking account, we know that this is how much we have currently, but because we are doing a transfer for our savings, of what we're saving is going to be this much. So $200 is going to get rolled over. So honestly, I think I'm going to leave $200 in this account, but that $370.19, I'm going to go ahead and transfer that over to our primary checking, because we are going to transfer that over to our long-term savings now, and it's going to take a couple of days to transfer out, but that's fine because as you guys know, whatever I put in here, I tend to just forget about. So if the institution takes a few days to take it out, I won't feel like the need to remember that a certain amount is getting taken out. So that's $370.19. I'm going to transfer that over here real quick from our second checking to this account real quick, and I'll be right back. Okay, so I went ahead and transferred the $370.19. I actually transferred $370.23 just to get rid of that interest that we had just like hanging out in here. So if you guys remember from the check-ins for week 3 and week 4, we had those 4 cents interest. I just went ahead and transferred it out so it's not just like there. But anyway, so for this account, we now have a new balance of, let me just remove this. I'll put this like here just so you guys can see it, but the new balance is now $3,963.12. So that is how much is in this account. And before we finish this, I realized that it should not be a cent number. So I realized I never even adjusted this because we transferred too much. Because remember when I messed up and I thought that it was 131.45, but in reality it's actually 116.57. So I need to transfer some money back. So the difference between those two is 131.45 minus 116.57 is $14.88. When I first checked this gas one in, I transferred 131.45. But that means I actually over transferred since it's actually 116.57. So I'm going to transfer $14.88 back from our primary checking to our second checking. I'm realizing that this is now the second month in a row where my results video is a hot mess. So now this amount in here is $3,978. That's a lot better. So I'm realizing that, like, I'm hoping that, okay, like, it's been like 3 months. I promise you guys I will get the hang of like doing this more smoothly. I definitely knew that this was gonna happen when I started sharing my budget on YouTube with you guys. Like, I'm prone to mistakes, but like when I fixed it myself, it's fine. But like I'm realizing that explaining it and making sure that it's still understandable, it can be really messy. So I definitely will continue to work on having better videos with a lot smoother transitions and less mistakes for you guys. But I do still always appreciate you guys for being here and all of the positive support that you guys always give me. But anyway, I just wanted to plug that in because I always feel so bad when there's mistakes because I'm just like, J's again. But anyway, okay, so what were we talking about? Yes, so this, what was I saying? $3,978 is what we have in here. And if we look at our sinking funds, that is what we ended with, $3,778. But of course, it's $200 more because we're rolling over $200. So I'm hoping that that's okay. But you guys will see how this number comes into play in our first week's check-in for April. And hopefully April's results video will be a lot better than our January, February's, and March's results video. But I think that's it. Hopefully we didn't miss anything. I wouldn't be surprised if we missed something. But overall, these are the numbers. They all look good. And then we also fill out the back part. So we are fully wrapped up for the month of March. And yeah, so though this was quite the ride, I hope that you guys still enjoyed it nonetheless, and I hope that you guys do bear with me while I get better with the results video. But thank you guys so much as always for watching. I hope that you guys enjoyed, and hopefully I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye!